Have you ever heard the legend of Dark Santa Claus? On Christmas Eve night, if there's a present you so desperately want, legend has it, you can get it if you draw a picture of Santa wearing all black, fold it up, and sleep with it in your sock. If you do so, Dark Santa will visit you in the dead of night and deliver whatever your heart desires. However, this is nothing but a trick if you are mad enough to summon Dark Santa. He will give you whatever you want, but it will come at a price: your abduction. Of course, here in Japan, some have heard of this urban legend and they want to test it out. I urge you not to do the same, for reasons which will appear apparent shortly. Trust me, I've tried it myself. 2 years ago in December, I was in my 3rd year of university. Christmas Eve, I was hanging out with some of my friends who didn't have partners. A Christmas party, if you will. We don't go all out for Christmas in Japan. We were drinking quite heavily. One of my friends, Mika, decided it was time to find out if Dark Santa was real or not. Mika began to draw on a memo pad. She made him look really good. She folded up the memo pad drawing and stuffed it into her sock, as per the summoning ritual. "What present did you ask for?" I asked Mika. "I asked him to bring you a boyfriend," she replied, which made us all laugh. It got later and later, without any of us realizing. I only realized when it was 3 a.m. Everyone was yawning and getting sleepy. We heard a loud bang, and it jolted us all awake. We thought that it came from the roof. I looked at Mika and our other friend Yumi, and they were both looking up. The noise from above wasn't over though. There was this horrible, clattering, dragging sound. We were in Mika's apartment, and she lived on the 2nd floor, and there were no floors above her. It sounded like someone was walking around on the roof. "Dark Santa," Mika called out. I had totally forgot about that urban legend ritual. "No way," I laughed. The sound on the roof continued though. "Is it a cat?" Yumi asked. Just a moment after she asked, something heavy landed on Mika's balcony. Something was shifting around out there. We looked towards the curtains, and something was out there for sure. Something bigger than a cat. We couldn't see it clearly though. My hair stood on end, and I began to shiver. "It's just a cat," Yumi said, trying to shake off her fear. "We should probably check," Mika said. It was her apartment. "No way, no f***ing way," Yumi said. She knew she was lying to herself. I was on Mika's side. I would rather see whatever was out there than let my imagination torture me. So I nodded to her, and she approached the curtains. She whipped them open all at once. There was nothing there. We all took a breath of relief in unison. "See, just an animal," Yumi said. Her confidence was suddenly back. "Sorry guys," Mika stated, and just as she did, there was an intense rattling sound coming from her front door. Someone was trying the door handle. We all started screaming. Whoever was out there wasn't saying anything. Yumi flew into a panic. She began babbling. Mika got up and crept towards the door. She pressed her eye to the peephole. "Who's there?" I muttered. "Dark Santa," she replied. "You lying It's just someone messing with us. I'll get rid of him," she called. "Hang on, what are you doing?" "I gotta find out," she called as she unlocked the door and stepped outside. She screamed. It happened all so fast. I ran after her. There was some guy at her front door. Who the hell was this? He held her in his arms, and they both burst out laughing. I don't want to repeat my language, but I aggressively asked them what was going on. They pranked me. It was a filthy prank. This guy was a university friend. "Sorry, did we go too far?" he asked while laughing. "Did we make you cry?" I was crying, but overall I was relieved. I was glad that it was all over because I was so freaked out. Me, Mika, and this friend of hers all went back into her apartment to show Yumi that there was nothing going on, and that there was nothing to be afraid of. "Hey, it was just a prank. Mika and her dumb friend were just messing with us, don't worry," I called. Yumi didn't seem to stop trembling. She was still genuinely terrified. To be fair, this guy apologized with Mika to Yumi and tried to calm her down. Yumi calmed a little and asked the guy, "Was there any need to get on the roof? You guys really had me." He cracked a beer and said, "I didn't get on the roof." In that moment, the door flew open. Some guy, dressed as Santa, but all in black, stood in the doorframe. He grabbed hold of Mika and took her away. He disappeared off the balcony. Yumi screamed the place down. They just disappeared. Mika really summoned him. Now 2 years to the day from that fateful night, Christmas has come again. Mika still hasn't been found. A lot has changed for me. I'm gonna get married in the new year. I'm gonna marry the guy who pulled that prank on us. His name's Daiki. He felt terrible about what happened. I spoke to him and let him know that this really wasn't his fault. We became close. As for Yumi, she's not well. She's taking psychosomatic medication, and she's living with her family. She's completely withdrawn from society. We never hear from her anymore. I lost my 2 best friends, but I gained a husband, and I guess that's the only good thing that came out of that night. And I also guess that Dark Santa brought me the present Mika asked for. I don't like to think about it in that way, though. Now Christmas is here, my most hated day of the year. There's nothing for us to celebrate. We don't even exchange gifts. We promised we wouldn't. Which made finding a present in my home all that more disturbing. It was from Yumi. I was over the moon to hear from her again, but confused to why she chose a Christmas present as a form of communication. It was a beautiful gift-wrapped box with ribbons. I opened it. Socks were inside. In one of the socks was a card. It simply said, "Merry Christmas." There was a photo of Mika in the sock, and a drawing of Dark Santa. I hope you all have a merry, merry Christmas, and thank you for watching J Nightmares. And let me know what you think the ending of that is. I know that there's 2 ways that this can be interpreted, but I just wanted to end the year on a fun little story, and I'll be ready next year with lots more. Thank you.